He is better than Joe Panic. And hello, everyone, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Pettit.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog, and today we're going to be talking about Kolten Wong and the possibility of us potentially acquiring this man via free agency. But before we get into that, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to our newest Patreon member, Blake Haskell. Thank you so much for joining the community. We will be answering your question very soon. Also, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let us know what you think about the videos down below.
Hit that notification bell too. You want to get updated. If you want to stay up to date with all the offseason moves and the upcoming season, you definitely want to be up to date, hitting that notification button.
So before we actually get into this video and breaking down Kolten Wong, I just wanted to catch you guys up on all the moves that the Blue Jays have actually made so far. Great, now that we're all caught up, let's talk about Kolten Wong. Yeah. So basically, no, we haven't made any moves yet. However, there's been reports that we are potentially offering a contract to Kolten Wong, but we don't really know. Although we're definitely gunning after him right now. Yeah,
like basically, like we've been saying on this channel, we wanted to get DJ Lemehieu. Front office wanted to get DJ Lemehieu. And it's becoming ever more clear that DJ Lemehieu wants to stay in New York. Which New York, we don't know, but not in Toronto. So if that's the case, we're still looking for that middle infielder with a great glove. And that is Kolten Wong right now.
Like great infielder. Let's say
really
great
infielder.
Great glove with the infielder. Yeah, it's like
Gold Glove, two-time award-winning infielder.
Two-time award-winning Gold Glover in the past 2 seasons. He is extremely good defensively, which is good because the bat's not that great.
And like, look, we'll spoil it right now. I want to get into the glove a little bit, but the batting average, its career is 261. You know, you were saying before, there's some seasons where it's good, like 280, and some where it's like 240. But consistently around 260.
Yeah, and I mean, like, well, regardless of the batting average, like it's the slugging, which is kind of like it's just not there. Like his career slugging is 384, and the league average for slugging, or at least it was in 2019, was 435. So that's just the league average. So well below league average for slugging, and he's never been a slugger. Like, you're lucky if you can get 10 home runs out of this guy in a season. I think in his best year it was 11 home runs, but I could be making that up right now.
I think you're right, because like this guy, look, he's like a slapstick single kind of guy. Like, he just pokes it through the hole, but he can do that, and he's not a power guy, and like you were saying, his expected slugging is bottom 4%, so he's not expected to hit well. He doesn't hit well for power, I mean. As a contact average guy, well, he's average.
Yeah,
he's literally
he's
average.
And that is what makes him, in my mind, a below average hitter, making up for it by being an above average defender.
He's not only just an above average defender, he's the best second baseman in the entire league in the last 2 years defensively. That's right. You know what's a crazy stat that I looked at and I realized, like, I always knew that the Jays had a defensive problem. Like, we saw it all season. Everyone saw it all season, how poor they were, how disgusting they were. And there's a defensive stat called defensive runs saved, and we were negative 39 runs saved. We gave up 39 theoretical runs from how bad our defense was last year. And Kolten Wong, since 2019, has saved 25 runs, making him the leading in that category.
Do you know at all like what league average is for?
Oh, it was like a roughly around 0, but like we were ranked 29th.
Right.
We were ranked 29th.
Okay,
so that's disgusting.
Very close to the bottom then, and I remember all of the errors. They were plentiful.
Oh God.
And
here's a funny thing.
Sure.
What position do you think on the Jays? I'll cover it up. What do you think is the worst? Which position was the worst at saving runs for the Blue Jays?
First base.
No, I was shocked. It wasn't. It was third base.
That was my other guess.
Yeah.
It was either first or third base. So I thought it could be a coin flip on either one. There were plentiful errors on both sides of the diamond there.
And how about the best?
The best. what are
like best position, defensive run saved?
Like whatever Lourdes was playing.
Left field?
Yeah.
No, actually it wasn't. It was shortstop with -1. Woo!
Okay.
Only gave up 1 run.
Nice. So, well, I mean, that's really good then. Well, not really good, actually.
It's bad. It's very bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
So in that regard, or would you be very happy to have this guy on the team?
I would, because, well, here's the thing. He's not DJ Lemehieu. Let's not compare him to DJ Lemehieu, because he's not. He's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
However, he is better than Joe Panic. And he's going to take Joe Panic's spot on the roster, being like fill in for the middle infielders and like bat in the low part of the lineup. But Joe Panic's not with us next year. So he's going to be a way, way better Joe Panic. You know, and you need those guys on your team. You need those defensive studs. So when you go into like a 9th inning, an 8th inning, and you need to lock people down defensively, you can put him in if he's on the bench. If not, just move him around if he's already moving to second.
Do you think he would be a bench guy? Like, you don't think that Kolten Wong would be starting every day?
Well, no, I don't think so, because I think he's going to take Joe Panic's role. And Joe Panic started like, I could be pulling this out of my ass right now, but he started like 50 to 60% of games, you know, but he also came in during games and stuff. I still think it's going to be, you know, if our A lineup is going to be, you know, the Kevin Biggio, the Bo Bichette, the Vladdy, the Rowdy, all of our outfielders. And then here's the thing, if we don't actually pick anyone else up other than Kolten Wong, then yeah, he's going to start every day at second base, and it will be Kevin Biggio over at third base. But if we do pick someone else up, then we'd likely see that change.
Well, you know what? I hear what you're saying. I think, though, that, you know, if we were to invest in this guy, then in my mind, he should be a starter. Obviously not because of the bat, but he's been the best second baseman defensively 2 years running.
Right.
If that's the case, then I want him on the field all the time.
That's fair enough.
You know, and like we said, you pointed out the stat about us horrible defensively. Shouldn't we have the best defensive second baseman on the field at all times?
Fair enough. You know, and that's fair. And I think what will decide that is whether it's worth it putting his bat in the lineup and if there's anyone else to replace him. I think if, like, let's say he comes into the year and he's hitting, you know, after a few months he's hitting like 215. And like, yeah, he's a good defensive player, but all of a sudden, you know, we call up Jordan Groshans or whoever else it might be, and they're killing it. They're murdering the ball. They're playing third base every day. Kevin moves over to second. Kolten Wong comes in as defensive replacement in the end.
If he's hitting 215, which luckily he's never hit except for his rookie year.
Yeah.
Or below that is what I'm saying. Like the lowest that he's ever hit is 240 in a season that wasn't his rookie year, which is promising with a ceiling of 285, and he did that twice. I mean, I'm not like overtly high right now on Kolten Wong, but I do think that if we could get him on a decent contract, then it might be a good spot for us to fill, kind of like, you know, like the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like last season, they went out and they bought Tyson Barrie, a player that looked really flashy, but we didn't need. And it might have been more beneficial if they went after someone who was much less flashy that actually filled the problem that they were dealing with, which may be Kolten Wong.
In a way, they needed to fill their defense, and so do we. Like, our defense absolutely sucks. We're literally horrible.
Yeah.
And you know, we were talking about, like, it all depends on, like, how much can we get for this guy? Well, I don't know about this, but his market value apparently is 10.5
Bullshit.
There's no way.
I saw that and I was like, that's complete garbage.
The similar contracts they were putting DJ Lemehieu, and I'm like, that's not even close.
that's not remotely close. I don't think that I think that this guy's probably gonna get paid like, I don't know, 14 mil a year or maybe 15 mil.
You think
a year.
even more?
More than
10.5. I was thinking even less.
Really?
I was thinking like 6 to 8, 2 years.
For a 2-time Gold Glover?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, what's his bat looking like? That's the thing. His batting is money. You know, you buy big sluggers. And the thing is, like, I look at him. He's way better of a defensive player, but I look at him a lot like Ryan Goins from like 2015, 2016. His bat was like, when he was good, it was like 260, 240. Like, he floated around there. But his defense is what made him stick in that lineup. Like, him and Tulowitzki up the middle were unreal. Now, he never got paid. he barely got paid. However, he's not as good as Kolten Wong. I will say that. Kolten Wong is better defensively and slightly better hitting.
And I guess, yeah, like if we were capable of getting him on, like you're saying, a potentially $8 million a year deal or something like that, then yeah, I don't see why not. As long as it all depends too, like how this impacts the lineup moving forward, and does that mean that Cavan now is fully moving off to outfield, or is now he moving to third and Vlad is moving to first, and like what does this mean for everything moving forward and the development of those young kids? To me, that's really important. And that's something that the management's going to need to look into. Apparently, they must have a plan, because they seem pretty confident that this guy is a great second place prize to DJ Lemehieu.
Yeah. And you know what? Like you were saying, like Biggio in there. Like, what's the plan? And I honestly think like Biggio, a good idea to put Biggio is like make him a utility guy, make him a super utility, put him freaking everywhere. And last year he went everywhere and he did well. So, there's
I agree as well. I think that, being a utility guy, though, there will be one position that, this is mostly your home. And it's like, I guess I'm wondering what would mostly be his home if that were the case.
Let's say we sign Wong. Like, Wong has only played second, like, most of his entire career.
And I mean, like, you're not moving a Gold Glover from the position that he won Gold Gloves at.
Right. So next year it would be like Cavan Biggio, depending on who we sign and who comes up, of course. Cavan Biggio's going to be playing third base and outfield. I think that's where he'll end up. Absolutely.
Yeah, potentially. And where would like Kolten Wong, where would he bat?
Oh, I was thinking about that. 9th. He can't bat in the top lineup.
I was gonna say, yeah, like I thought that 9th might actually be a good spot for him. Like I think that St. Louis had him batting leadoff for a decent majority of time.
Yeah, like which they didn't have any clear leadoff hitter other than Kolten Wong, who hits average and has an average on base percentage.
A little bit above average.
It's good.
Yeah.
So he gets on, but however, you can't deny we have the beast Cavan Biggio. It's
I mean, I think that like Cavan Biggio is like Kolten Wong is Cavan Biggio light when it comes to hitting, and Cavan Biggio is Kolten Wong light when it comes to defense.
Yeah.
It's like because like Kolten Wong actually has a pretty solid on base percentage, but there's just no slugging to go along with that at all. And
I'd rather have Cavan up there.
I would rather have Cavan up there,
and the walks. I mean,
and having Kolten Wong in the 9th spot, that to me seems a lot more reasonable, because then you might be able to utilize that above average on base percentage a little bit more. There's not going to be a lot of runs to be scored down there anyways. And if he could get on and then have Cavan Biggio and Bo Bichette and whoever else we have down there come up to bat, that'd be okay.
Yeah,
I think.
Oh no, absolutely. That's exactly where he should be. Montoya, do not put him in the 5th spot.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, we don't need any of that.
No, none of that. None of just stop. I think 9th is good. I mean, if you put him in the 7th or 8th, I'm not going to be butthurt. I don't care. But 9th, ideally, to flip the lineup over, our dead spot will be Jansen in the 8th, or McGuire, Kirk, who wouldn't be a dead spot anymore.
Yeah, hopefully,
if
he were to continue. Yeah,
like even if he hits like 260, I'll be happy for a catcher.
Absolutely, I'd be happy with that. And how many? We get Kolten Wong. How many years are we getting this guy?
Yeah,
because it's actually it's kind of weird thinking like how long this guy wants to go for. Like I don't actually know. I'm not sure, because he's 30 years old.
Well, here's the thing. All I know is the Jays don't want to sign him long term. They don't want to sign anyone long term unless it's like an absolute stud. Like a Springer,
like
or
a Lindor,
Bauer or Lindor.
Those guys, sure.
I think 1 or 2 years. That's it. 1 or 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that would be cool with me. I'm not gonna get overtly excited about it like I would for a George Springer or a DJ Lemehieu.
Yeah.
But would this guy benefit us? I think there certainly could be an argument made there for sure.
Absolutely. Guys, what do you think? Do you think the Blue Jays are going to get Kolten Wong? And do you actually want Kolten Wong on the Blue Jays? Let us know in the comments down below.
Yeah, guys, make sure to check us out on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Also, make sure you're ringing the bell, hitting the subscribe button, going on the Patreon, and Instagram. Always, always, always popping off.
And thank you so much for watching.
Go Jays, go.